All you hoes, you and your mammy and your granny too. I'm sick of this shit. All you hoes don't give a damn what you wanna do.
'They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with,
Must reign.
$30 million. That's the level of expectation tied to Michigan football right now. But this story isn't about scandal. It's about pressure, legacy, and what happens when a man steps into one of the most demanding jobs in college sports. This is the untold story of Sherrone Moore. Before the spotlight, before the headlines, Sherrone Moore was a grinder, offensive line coach, recruiter, developer of talent. He worked behind the scenes, earning respect inside the program long before the public ever knew his name. His rise wasn't flashy. It was built on trust, preparation, and results. Replacing a successful coach at Michigan isn't just about calling plays. It's about tradition, history, expectations. Every decision is scrutinized, every loss magnified. And now, Moore isn't just coaching, he's leading a billion-dollar brand. Michigan football isn't rebuilding, it's expected to win immediately. Fans want championships. Alumni want dominance. Media wants drama. Moore doesn't get the luxury of patience. He's judged in real time every Saturday. When people say $30 million on the line, they're not just talking contracts. They're talking recruiting pipelines, television deals, program credibility, long-term dominance. One wrong move doesn't just affect a season, it affects years. Leadership isn't tested when things are easy. It's tested when expectations are high and patience is low. Moore's challenge isn't just winning games, it's earning belief from players, fans, and a national audience that's watching closely. What people don't talk about enough is the human side, the preparation, the sacrifice, the weight of knowing one decision can change everything. This isn't about controversy, it's about responsibility. Sherrone Moore's story isn't finished. It's still being written, one season, one decision, one moment at a time. The question isn't whether the pressure is real. The question is, what will he do with it?
Yes. All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another edition, another live stream here on the Chaos Rain Show. I am Chaos Rain, and this is one unique broadcast that I had to sit down and really think long and hard about this. And the reason why is because Sherrone Moore is what we know and what we're hearing through the media, social media, YouTube, or any other news or any media outlets about this 39-year-old man's downfall is nothing new. And today I'm doing something a little different. I think I'm going to go a little raw personally because this has to be discussed. And I'm going to give you the real honest truth to all men, especially black men in general. Because the one thing is missing about all this, if I had to really be honest, it's not really Sherrone Moore's real fault or Sherrone Moore's fault. And reason why I'm saying this now, I have to really think long hard about this, is because he's in a system that he is playing to lose. Now, knowing this, we all know this, but Sherrone was not really aware of this, because if you look through his background, he lives a completely white life experience for a older black man that's about to turn 40 next year. And already at this midpoint of his life, he could have become a millionaire, a multimillionaire, with a job he taken from Michigan. And now that I think about it, but those that's watching this, and I want y'all to come in, join the stream, subscribe to the channel, and give me feedback right now, guys, because we gotta have this conversation. It makes me think, how many black coaches were coaches of Michigan football team? And that's the thing that came to my mind, because they say he won a championship. Am I right? Minnesota, you're in the building, in the chat room. Did he win a championship? I think he did win a championship. Now I think about it. Was it a year ago too? And now, lo behold, he lost his job and pretty much lost his career as a potential, not only football coach in the NCAA, but now he might not be a coach in the NFL. So what I'm about to do, I think I gotta look at this. And I'm gonna do this before I go in on certain things. So matter of fact, I'll do y'all one better, because there was a video done by Shay about this man. And let me see if I could pull it out, because I think a video speaks more than anything else. And there might be more videos out here, but let me pull up one of these videos right now to get things started. All right, is this the one? Let me see. I think this is the one. And this is a pretty straightforward video of what has happened after it has happened. Because the word on the street, what has happened is he tried to commit self-harm on himself in front of his little mistress, or what we like to call the, you know how most men want to call them Jezebels, harlots. You know those real words that we label women that like to put themselves in position to mess around with marry men. Yeah, that's who they are. Matter of fact, let me see if I could pull up this. I'm gonna pull it right now for you guys. And there's only one video, and then we're gonna go into this. Let me see if it's gonna pull. All right, good. It's running. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and share to the stream. Share to this stream. And it's only gonna give a background of it, just a brief background, nothing too fancy. And let me make sure I clear up everything in the studio. Remember, guys, this man had $30 million online and he fumbled it. That's what's the word on the street. That's what he's supposed to make in a couple years. It's not he's going to be guaranteed 30 million every year. For those that's not familiar, he's going to get that money he's going to get chunks of it within adding on to $30 million. That's how these contracts work, not only in the NFL, but also in the NCAA and all any other collegiate sports, in regards to how they divvy the amount of money they give to these coaches. And trust me, these coaches are making a lot more money than average people that are teachers, for those that don't know. Surprising, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna run this video. Where is it? I gotta make sure it's the right one. All right, I think this is the one. Oh, let me go back. Oh, all right. I see. Hold on. Here we go.
Understand that our victim broke up. They had an intimate relationship for a number of years, defendant and victim. that our victim broke up with this defendant on Monday morning early, that there continued to be defendant making numerous phone calls and sending numerous texts from that time moving forward, that she did not answer, did not respond, did not block. That eventually she presented herself to the University of Michigan, cooperated in some form of investigation there. As we all now know, defendant was at some point on Wednesday afternoon fired from his employment. He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately that proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life. And a series of very, very threatening, intimidating, terrifying, quite frankly, statements and behaviors there in that apartment. It was only then, Your Honor, when the victim, she called her attorney and then at some point indicated she was going to call the police, and then he left. And so, Your Honor, while I understand that there isn't evidence to suggest that he directly threatened the victim with any of those implements that I've indicated, the totality of the behavior is highly threatening and highly intimidating. She was terrorized, Your Honor. And in light of the totality of all of those circumstances, we consider the defendant to be a risk to public safety, a risk to this victim. It is for those reasons that we are asking for those specific conditions.
Sir, you are not to use alcohol, marijuana, or any other controlled substance that is not prescribed to you. You are not to possess or purchase a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You are not to engage in criminal conduct of any kind whatsoever. You may not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Prior to your release, you will be placed on a GPS tether. You will not be released before that GPS tether is placed upon you. You must continue all mental health treatment as a condition of your bond. The named victim in this case will not be placed on the record. You may not have contact with that individual. That means no calling, no writing, no video or fashion. The named victim's address will not be placed on the record, but you may not go to that location for any reason whatsoever. Are we understood on the no contact and no go to, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have any questions about that, you have a good attorney, simply ask them. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000 cash surety, as requested by the prosecution's office. This court does not determine innocence or guilt. This court determines flight risk and community safety. The court finds with these conditions in place, it has been met.
All right, before we continue on with this videotape, I was able to find some, it was not really much digging to find the history of Michigan football sports. This guy's the only first black coach in Michigan. Let that sink in, guys. Michigan football team had at least one black head coach historically. The only person that pulled up, Sherrone Moore. He's the first black head coach of Michigan football history when he was hired in January. And the word on the street is the old football coach, I think his name is Moore. Let me see what his name. Jim Hamborn was the last head coach of Michigan that won the championship of 2023 through 2024 season. So he only coached for one full year. Because if he was coached in 2000, that means he coached in 2024, 2025, and no, actually, roughly almost 2 years. My fault, because this year ended, the season ended, so we're looking at almost a year and a half going on 2. This guy did not even survive 2 years. And the contract they're going to give him, and let me see, what was his contract? Because I got to look at these numbers, man. And make sure you guys hit the like button. I see only a few likes. I see people watch it in and out. Likes are free, guys. Hit the like button. Okay, I got to look into this. Okay, I see this. He was going to be paid. Michigan head coach are paid at elite levels. The top Power 5 college programs like Michigan typically pay their head coach multi-million-dollar annually salaries. Often range from $6 million to $10 million per year. Jesus Christ. No. I could see why people get so out their feelings about he was going to make $30 million. God damn. Matter of fact, I'm going to be honest, guys. There's no way hell this Negro coach, Sherrone Moore, was going to get paid a couple $1 million, in my opinion. And the reason why I said he was going to get paid, maybe he might have got paid $1 million or so. I got to double check how much he was getting paid this year. Let me see. Look. Plus bonuses for wins, championships, and postseason appearance and retention. Even though there is no verified number available yet, Moore specifically expected that his annual pay is a multi-million-dollar range. He earned additional incentives based on performance. Okay, that makes sense. Jim Harbaugh was making $8 million per year range before he leave for the NFL. And typical contracts, most major college football contracts include base salary, performance, buyout clause, additional perks. He didn't get none of that. More. And he was offensive coordinator. What we can't assume, Michigan tradition pays elite coach. So he was going to get paid a lot of money. So we could say he served as a coach for almost a year and a half. So he did get $1 million or so. They cannot deny him not giving no money. And if that is the case, I'm sorry, brother. If they didn't pay you out the time you served there, you've been scammed, bro. But anyhow, that's just the contract breakdown for Sherrone Moore. He's the first coach in Michigan football history. That explains everything. That explains everything. And no, he taken over a defending championship team. Wow. Makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense now. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Participate in the chat room if you want. Give your thoughts and opinions. I'm going to let more of this play by Shay. And then I'm going to give more into my take. Because there's some image about this lady that he was screwing. But let's go.
By now, you've heard of the messy situation coming out of the University of Michigan, where the now ex-coach was fired due to an inappropriate affair with a staff member.
And they are aware of this, gentlemen. You're a black coach. If the university never had a black coach in their collegiate establishment, that right there is a red flag in itself. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care what they tell you. That tells me, not that I did a little small research and it's not much, that tells me you're being watched like a hawk. Real talk. A serious hawk. You're not supposed to make that money. Now, we're going to continue because I'm not going to my own speculation of things. Let's go.
Later on arrested and detained for stalking and improper conduct towards that.
That's his wife on the left. Is Caucasian wife, white wife. She has blonde hair, not blue eyes, but they said she's blue eyes, but I don't see it. And on the right is the side chick that he was pumping and not even dumping, which you should be doing. Black man, you know how it is. These ladies, they love some nice BBC in them. They'll be throat goats at best. Or they could smell that you're a lot of money or potential of a whole lot of money. They could smell ill. I smell money. I smell it. Oh my God, I'm so in love. You're tall, you're black, and you got the BBC. Oh, I'm going to jump on you ASAP. Gentlemen, you must take notes. Those ladies that they label snow bunnies are lurking and watching. Besides the sisters gonna watch you regardless, because they want a piece of your money, they don't like poverty, you know what I'm saying? They said they want to get the bag, they want to come up in life. So they'll take the opportunity, to try to get at you, make usefulness with their box and their mouths to hope to entice you so you could just give in. And if you do it well, you could divorce their wife. All right, let's continue.
Staff member. I played for the arraignment that was recently posted, and more details are sure to unfold in the upcoming weeks. But it all started with an ongoing affair Moore was having with a staff member that abruptly ended on Monday. Once the affair ended, he went to her apartment and completely crashed out. Threatening to unalive himself and making all kinds of baseless claims. This all spiraled and eventually landed him in jail. Now, while the courts and University of Michigan have not publicly released the name of the woman involved in the case, numerous reports are linking this entire situation to Moore's executive assistant, Paige Shiver, whose house was raided by the police due to a knife-wielding incident that matches the same timeline. As well, it was alleged that Paige received a nearly 55% salary increase in just a year time span. And these findings are having many people believe that she was the culprit involved in the illicit affair that lasted years until she called it off. And so the whole thing is just a mess. It's just messy and very unfortunate. And also, as sad as it is, Sherrone Moore, he's pretty much receiving the fruits of his own actions. Because this was an illicit affair that was going on for years, and it only ended because the woman ended it. And for him to crash out the way that he did, breaking into her apartment and then threatening her and doing all these different things, that's just really, really disturbing and telling.
And not only is disturbing and telling, one of the dangers what this man has done, he has put himself in a very dangerous situation where you're going to unalive yourself. And I don't like that word unalive. He was going to commit suicide. Let's keep real. On himself in front of this Caucasian woman. And by doing so, a lot of authorities and a lot of people were put in front of him with blazing weapons to send a message. No one saying, you try to do this, you try to do that. Are you crazy? You no good. How dare you try to do that to one of our snow bunnies? Yes. We're not gonna allow you to do that. Matter of fact, we got a nice cell with your name on it. And lo and behold, you see the image of Sherrone Moore in jail with white jumpsuit. This is a disgrace to see a brother like this in the predicament he's in right now. Which he should never been in this predicament, but nonetheless, he put himself there. And I'm gonna let continue to play because I'm giving my own commentary about a lot of things.
This was a married man for nearly 10 years with 3 young kids. And yet he was sleeping around.
Yes, look at him is nice wife, and he has a dog. I notice with a lot of people that's married, especially with the brothers, you marry out, date out, you see a lot of women interracially, other race women, they always got their dog with them, Now, one time that you don't see Fido or the cat in their presence, they had to have an animal. I never seen a significant science of a lot of non-black people with animals like that, but that's another story. Yes, he was gonna do the greatest sin. And let me say something for those that don't know. You commit what is considered suicide or offing yourself, you will not be granted to the gateways of heaven. You will be earthbound, gentlemen. And I mean it literally. Look at it. There's books talking about the underworld, the afterlife. You go and commit the greatest injustice in life and take your own life. You will not be rewarded into any gateway. Hell, you will not be going to the bottom room. You're going to be staying right there on the earth, wandering as a wayward soul after committing the greatest sin, which is taking your own life. Welcome to everybody in the building. I see everybody in the building. Please, guys, hit the like button. Likes are free. Sir, you're going to have to put that in the super chat if you want that to be read. That can be read on the chat room. Anyhow, but actually, I got some better, guys. Since I saw some post something in here, let me see. Do I got the thing? This one goes to you, my brother, and you're gonna get a special one. Since I saw that, if I continue on, where's it? I gotta pull up, guys, because it's been a while. Here you go, brother.
Show you the money. Show you the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money.
I thank what they call Alex Derby Bryant 9875 for the $4.99 super chat, and he writes, "Ish, he's already lost everything." And that is the sad truth. He has lost everything and he's going to lose more. I would not be surprised that at this point in life, if he's not doing time in jail or wherever his situation is, he does not go and commit the greatest sin, which is to unalive himself. I'm hoping he doesn't. Let's continue on with the videotape. Where am I? Shit. Okay, here we go.
With a side piece. Risking it all for a side piece, right? But it's like there's no indication that this affair would have stopped at all unless this person had come forward and did what she did. And I
and as you know, I saw some pictures of the girl. Let me see if I can find a picture of her so you guys could see. Wait, where's the picture? Hold on. I got job players. Oh damn. Did I had it one time? Hold on. Oh damn. I'm gonna find. All right, I'm gonna let the thing play. I don't want to hold time.
I hate to see successful Black men who are doing positive things or who are just in their career fall. I hate to see it, especially when they are wrongly accused. But to me, it's worse when they fall because of their own egregious actions. And it's unfortunate because he had so many beautiful things in his life. He was married. He had 3 daughters, a very, very successful career that was going very well, and he was paid extremely well, and just overall a good reputation. And so it's just so unfortunate to see all of that thrown away. And for what? A mistress? And even the way it carried on, like, to me, it almost just shows a bit of, I don't know if it's sloppiness or just maybe a bit of thinking you're not going to get caught. Because, like, to me, first of all, you should not be having an affair on your wife, period, in a discussion. Like, to me, there's never an excuse for that. Even if you guys are having a hard time, there's never an excuse for anyone to cheat if they've made vows to a spouse. But outside of that, like, if you're going to cheat, why would you do it with a staff member? Like, why would you do it in your job? Like, why wouldn't you choose somebody who's not connected to anybody in that way? And at least try to be a little more couth with it, or a little bit more secretive. But I'm like, this woman knows your wife. They're following each other on, like, Instagram. I mean, it's just very, very, very messy, right? And I mean, who knows? Like, sometimes in these situations, there are agreements. Like, there are such things as open relationships. There are such things as, people, and particularly in that class, having arrangements and being okay. But just the way that this unfolded, it doesn't seem like that was the scenario. And, it's so unfortunate to see all of this legacy and all of this, everything just, like, thrown down the toilet just for some sexual escapades.
And it's funny because when this thing happened, the first thing people will do, they will start disable their social media. They'll try to hide so people don't look for them. Start trolling their accounts, and I understand it makes sense. It makes sense, but at the end of the day, you involve yourself with a married man. You're going to get attention. A lot of black people are going to get at you, particularly some mostly black men. Mostly, you're going to see a whole lot of non-black men, mostly non-black men, like Caucasian men, going to go on your Instagram. They're going to say you're what's the word they like to use to shame white women that mess around with black men? Mud sharks? Yeah. These terms. They're going to post some soliciting comments. It's going to get nasty. Oh, what's good? If you're not familiar, the Red Aaron Collins, the one named Sherrone Moore, was potentially going to make millions of dollars in his contract with Michigan football. But the problem is he got caught up messing around with a side chick. And the word on the street is, and I don't think, maybe this might be true. And I don't know if it's true. The woman that he was messing on the side, they said that she got knocked up by Sherrone Moore. And Sherrone Moore paid to get the, what they call the plan B, so she can get rid of it, which I think they said she did, or she did, which never was pregnant. I don't know what the story is, but anyway, someone's keeping tabs about what their affair, and it came out in the open, and the Michigan school made an executive decision to let him go, aka terminate him. Now, right here, I'm going to share this. Let me see. And this is one of the articles. Let me see. Share screen. As y'all can see, y'all not going to be able to see this because this is on a vertical stream. This is supposed to be one of the pictures that he was liking. This is the mistress. This is what he lost his job over. And this is one of the articles. This is both Bollywood ShadyRoom.com. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, I can zoom in. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can see that. I'm sorry about the little commercial. This is her. And one thing we could tell, this is Coach Moore. This is the woman he was messing with. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. All right. Let's stop sharing. So that's what's going on. I hope I catch you up, the real Aaron Collins. If not, I apologize. But let's continue on.
Some snow bunnies. It's absolutely crazy. And of course, black women are going to look at this and be like, see, they choose the same men, right? Like there's this idea that when Becky gets to the black man, she's getting the same Pookie and Ray Ray type of black man that's out there having affairs, out there, being violent or whatever, that she's getting the same Pookie kind of behavior, right? And so I'm sure there's a whole bunch of different black women looking at this and being like, see, we told you, sis, right? But
But the problem with that, Shay, the black woman that is complaining and bitching about this, they have no foot to stand because they get the same dusty, musty, usty Caucasian man. They're not getting the top up echelons of the group. They're getting ones that are old, decrepit, thanks to Neferkari, and they're getting the ones that are, predators and stuff, like Jason Pope. And we can name even ones that are unaliving black women, which a lot of black women keep it secret. They keep it quiet. They're going like this. Shh. Don't talk about Miss Charlotte like that. Shh. Don't talk about Zay like that. Shh. White man's God. Shh. And the reason why they do this, gentlemen, you know what they do. Do I have to say more why they do what they do? Why they still protect the one they call Zaddy? They do that. This is the reason why.
21 years military, 13 years overseas since 1994. All the white men I knew during my service military with black baby mamas would never put on child support. Explain this reality, black woman. No, they got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right? They got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right? They got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right? They got their reparations, a mixed baby and a white dude, right?
You a goddamn
From God!
That is the reason why they keep quiet and protect Zaddy. They want the possibility of the mixed baby. Hell, if they keep the man, that's even greater. But most men nowadays are not going to stay with black women. So what's the next best thing they'll do? They will let the non-black man shoot up the club with ease. Matter of fact, access to the box for black women is official. It is, what do they call it? What's the special way they call it? I forgot special way they call it. But you get my point. And then they, to non-black men, they said getting a black woman in their mind is pretty easy. And I'm not denying it. They tell the better truths than anything else. But let's keep going. Let's go. Let's listen more of this.
Here's the thing, there's obviously no excuse for this person's behavior, and I can't even necessarily say that his behavior had anything to do with their race. Now, it's obvious he has a type. It definitely seems like he's into white women, right? And I will say that black men who are exclusively into white women, sometimes if they have a white woman and are integrated into white societies, I don't know, sometimes I feel like their mindset could be different. Like they can maybe feel like they're like different than other black folks. And so they may feel comfortable doing things, or they may feel comfortable taking like risks and stuff that they see their white friends or white counterparts doing, forgetting that they still a Negro. So I don't know if that's what this dude was on. Like he's seen a lot of his friends doing sexual stuff that was illicit, and so he felt comfortable. I don't know. But either way, I'm just saying, like, if you have a heart to cheat, you're going to do that whether you're with a black woman or a white woman, right? So I don't think them being white necessarily had anything to do with, inspiring him to cheat. But I just feel like him being in that space where he has a lot of money and power, and he's probably seeing men do all kind of crazy stuff. Because I know this ain't the first controversy that's come out of that college. There's been quite a bit of stuff over the last few years. Maybe that had an influence. To me, it's very obvious when a man has everything that he could have to be satisfied in the natural sense, right? A good career, a beautiful family, a loyal wife, the money, the respect, the accolades. When he has that, and yet he's still unsatisfied and he's willing to risk it, right? And he shows really little regard to it. To me, that always shows that there's like a deeper spiritual and emotional issue going on, right? And I understand, some people, their mindset is, well, everybody's doing that, because in this industry, people do all kind of crazy sexual things and just think they're going to get away with it. But the thing about it is, you may think you're going to get away with it, but that doesn't mean that you are going to. And I think too, especially like black men, sometimes I feel like they be getting in these positions and they think that they're going to have the same safeguards that white men have. Maybe because they have a white wife, or maybe because they feel really integrated into white societies, and they just don't. The fact that this man started going and was like threatening to unalive himself and was crashing out at her house, to me also shows that there's something else going on there. Not to mention he has 3 young daughters. Like, think about it. When you're doing all that, when you're spending all this energy in this illicit relationship, that's time spent away from your daughters. That's time spent away from you actually engaging and building with your family, engaging with your legacy. Like having money and putting food on the table, that's one aspect of it. But like being a father and being a husband it's so much more involved. And so when your energy and your seed is consistently being put into another woman to foreign soil, that is bound to impact the home and the legacy that you're building. And there's just no excuse for that. So
I'm going to correct this. I'm not a Bible man, but there's certain passages of that book, and probably not the Bible, but any book that's dealing with religion, where it always emphasizes, and we never conceptually understand why they put things they do. One of them is be fruitful and what's the word? Multiply, right? Right? Okay. Good. Why is this message always known in the book? Because back then in biblical times, and that is, I think, an Old Testament section of the Bible, is because men in generally in nature are not really so geared or so designed to tie to one man. You see, the problem with Western society, and this is going to hurt a lot of feelings, they condition a certain set of group of men to be fruitful and multiply while others are not. As you know, in this country, personally, it is forbidden for you as a black man to be spreading your seed everywhere. Regardless, you have the potential to be there or not, or raise your children or not. You out here spread your seed and producing, it is a constant threat to other groups of men. Like literally groups of men. And doing so, what they do is they have to control what goes in and what goes out around the environment. And if the black man's seed is very potent and strong, and if it's run rampantly, he has the capability to, repopulate certain things at a more efficient rate. So, like always, in certain areas in the United States, especially certain parts of Utah, especially the Mormons, they could have more than one wife, and those Mormons are Caucasians. And usually in America, how it goes, you only could be married to one person, how the laws are constructed for good reasons. Because they are hoarding and maintaining where most of the population of children are going to come from some certain set of men. Now, as you as a man, should you be out here spreading your seed and having as many kids as possible? That is a call on your end. I do not waste time dictate what you should be doing with your seed. I should be telling you should stay with one woman because obviously in nature, how things go, most men are going to produce regardless. But I will say this: if you're going to go the route, the spreading the seed route, you should make it a conscious effort to be as best, be involved, and be as close and connected to your children as possible. That would be the better logical move forward. Instead of just going out there just busting nuts and keep pushing. Because every child should have the understanding, or let's go for have access to you as possible. But you have to be very pay attention to detail and very much attentive to still have some communications with the seeds that are potentially yours. So that's my answer to that. All right, let me All right, let's continue on. Let me finish this tape. Where am I? There we go. All right.
I do hope he gets the help that he needs. It's so sad to see this happen, but at the same time, it's like this is what happens when you have affairs and when you start doing stuff that you ain't supposed to do and break your covenant.
Oh, and one other thing, guys. I don't invest time, energy kicking down other black men, especially when I hear stories like this. Now, there might be some cases that I should, but I'm very selective personally of who I should really kick down. And let's be honest, black men already got a rough rating, personally. Me invest time energy kicking you down more does not suit me or better me or better you in your progression and how you think and how you move. I prefer that you be more proactive and be more studious, pay attention, learn the tricks of the trades of the environment, and move forward in this uncertain environment. That's the best way you should do, or the best route you should take it. Other extra stuff is just nonsense, in my opinion. And in fact, I found. And hold on. Let me do this because I'm going to run the next video. And I'm only going to show 2 videos from just 2 creators, content creators, because there's there are many other videos, and I did not really want to sit there read articles to y'all because I don't really care what I read anyway on here. So it's better off to show you better than me saying personally, and that's the best route. Now, in future content, I won't be doing this often, but I think for the sake of conversation, because this is a very much big and heavy topic, and a lot of black men are really chiming on this, like really chiming in on this, and are getting their feelings and getting very frustrated, mad on a system that, let's be honest, we do not control. I think this should be something to really examine, make the short comments, and keep pushing. We should not be staying bogged down of one man's shortcomings. Personally, I mean, Sherrone Moore is a black man, like many black men, that's gonna be a victim to the system, how it's constructed in regards being productive and making serious money under their system and under their institutions. All right, I'm gonna let this thing wrap up.
Like, it doesn't really turn out well, and unfortunately, the people who are going to be hurt the most are his wife and his daughters. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have.
All right, thank you, Sherry. Now the next video. The next video by the Haitian destroyer, the Haitian, what do you call it? The man that will sit there and deliver the word and strike with the fist of destiny with vengeance is going to go in on this Sherrone Moore and be honest about this brother. So let me find his video right now, guys. Hold on. Where is his video? All right. Where is it? All right, here we go. Here we go.
We just saw images of the former University of Michigan head football coach Sherrone Moore as he appeared at his arraignment. He was charged with home invasion, stalking, breaking, and entering. He's expected to be back in court in January, but through this process, we learned, according to prosecutors, that he was in a relationship with this woman that he had the altercation with for years. That's what the prosecutors say. The defense said that he doesn't have a history of any violence, so of course they wanted him to be able to go home, which he will go home because the judge ordered a $25,000 bond, which he's already met.
Yeah, we back. Right. Yeah, we back.
Now, mind you, this is the image of the woman again. You see her, Paige. What's her name? Paige. Hold on. Damn it, I forgot her name. I forget this bitch name. Paige Shivers. I think Shivers. But anyway, let's go.
Quick video. I just want to touch on the situation regarding the college football coach. I think his name is Sherrone Moore. You know, I heard he crashed out,
Moore, yep.
You know, the other day, man. I heard, he crashed out on the white women the other day, man. So I want to talk about it. Now, me, I'm not familiar with sports. I'm not really too deep into the whole college sports, college football thing, I'll admit, right? So, but I did think the whole situation.
And to be honest with y'all, I'm not a college football sports fan either. I'm not really too fond of college football. I'm more into basketball than football personally. I did play it back in the day. Didn't mess around with too long. So, but overall, is what it is. Let's go.
Situation was a spectacle to see, and I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on it real quick. Nothing too crazy. So apparently, the subject of today's video, this guy, he's somebody in his 30s. He's the head coach, I believe, at the University of Michigan, had a multi-million-dollar contract, I think $30 million contract, married, wife and family man, allegedly, right? And apparently he was creeping with one of his employees, I think one of his assistants, somebody who worked directly under him, right? So you spend a lot of time with somebody at work, and apparently him and this assistant had grown some type of relationship, some type of physical, romantic, sexual relationship, and they've been having, dealings for some time. And somehow it got discovered. I don't know if she was the one that brought it to the authorities or somebody discovered what they was doing and brought it to the light. But either way, somebody had discovered that he was dealing under the table, under the cover of darkness, creeping, against his wife with another individual.
It's more than just creeping. He was just full out getting his, fun on getting his junk, licked up by this little minx. And they said the rumor is she's like in her 30s, so she's up there in age. So one thing I would say is, gentlemen, anytime you deal with any woman that is beyond the age of 28 and older, you're going to have to be very cautious. Not saying you can be cautious any woman that's under that age, but anytime they're creeping on 30, which this page is, she's in her 30s now. If you're going to be sitting there going raw dog, having raw intercourse with this woman, and you just shoot up the club, don't think every non-black woman is going to be so lenient to not put themselves in position to get knocked up by you. Especially if you're of some form of status. They will gladly let you open them cheeks and let them shoot off in them. Let that sink in. Let's go.
Another white woman. Now, this is the mistress, as you can see. The mistress, I believe her name is Paige Shiver, the executive assistant to the fired University of Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore, who has deep ties to the sports world as the daughter of a veteran Chicago Bears scout. A 32-year-old who was recently promoted to her current role within the Michigan athletic department was swept up in the scandal this week after her boss was arrested for allegedly breaking into her apartment armed with a knife. So my man crashed out crazy. Now let's continue. Prosecutors charge Moore with felony third-degree home invasion. Now this is where it gets crazy, right? Now before we continue, you already know it's your boy's birthday.
And as you know, yeah, it's the young man's birthday. He, as you can tell, he just turned 30. Happy birthday to you, Nelson. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Anyhow, let's continue. And at his age now, saying he's going to hit a more higher plateau, move forward in his 30s. So we'll see what he does in this decade. Let's go.
The clock can never stop. As you can see,
right.
Take a look up on the screen. Show love to the Cash App.
So
yeah, man, show your boy that love, man. Anyway, let's continue. Prosecutors charge Moore with felony third-degree home invasion and 2 misdemeanors for stalking in a domestic relationship and breaking and entering. Moore was released from jail after meeting the $25,000 bond. Prosecutors say that Friday, Moore forced his entry into the staff member's apartment and said, "I'm going to kill myself and I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life." Now listen, time out, man. Why that man crash out like a white man? I'm going to kill myself and make you watch. Man, listen. But it all made sense when I did some background research on him. Do you know?
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, God said, I'm going to take my life and make you see me bleed. Jeez, this guy's crazy. He's sick. And that's the worst ever crash out. Anyhow.
That he grew up in a town that was only like 1% black, right? 1% black. I think it was, what's it called? Darby, Kansas or something like that, right?
It's a Trini man. Yeah, man. Trinidad and Tobago's. Lord of mercy. Why?
The black population in Darby, Kansas is a significant minority, making up around 2% to 4%. Okay, so 2% to 4%, not 1%, but still, as you can see, very tiny black population, which means that the brother probably spent a significant amount of his life probably surrounded by, white women and frat boys and things like that. So now what confirmed to me that he had the white man spirit was when I seen a video of him speaking after a game, right? Run the clip, I'll be right back.
Sherrone, what does it mean to you?
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. We got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These fucking guys right here. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man.
I tell you, that is passion right there, guys. You can't beat effort, and you damn sure can't beat passion. I tell you, oh, yeah. Can't beat that, man. That's why I like to see. I mean, it's not really good to see a black man cry, but that's another story. Anyway, let's keep going.
Man, listen, this person said this on social media. Take a look at the reactions. Black men do not say, "I fucking love you, man." He was deep in his drunk white frat boy bag. Man, that was funny as hell, bro. But yeah, man, as I was doing my research on the brother, you know, I started to put the pieces together as to how he ended up married to a white woman, was cheating on his white woman with another white woman, and then he was on TV. I love you, man. Man, listen, my man was deep in his white boy, frat boy bag. But anyway, let's continue. Let's jump into some more articles. Why did the side piece turn on him, right? You know, $30 million contract, you know, head coach, got the spirit of the white man, but got the physical presentation of the black man. You know, white women love that. White women love the black man with the spirit of the white man, but the physical presentation of the black man. So, you know, why would she turn on that brother? You know, let's jump into this article. The breakup. Why did she turn on him? Two conflicting theories have emerged regarding why Shiver, now that's the mistress, that's the side piece, right? That's the side chick who, you know, went to the authorities. Two conflicting theories have emerged regarding why Shiver cooperated with the investigation that ended Moore's career. Theory A, university pressure. Some sources suggest that Michigan officials, desperate to fire Moore for cause to save $16.5 million, pressured Shiver to come forward. In this scenario, she cooperated to save her own job and avoid being swept up in the termination, right? Now, like I said, I'm not too familiar with, you know, college football and things like that, but, you know, I already know, man, that's the easiest way to take somebody down. The easiest way to take somebody down is through a woman. Send a woman his way. That's why I said in previous videos, women make the best intelligence agents, right? When it comes to men don't really make the best intelligence agents because we always getting caught. You know, men always getting caught. But with a woman, man, that's the easiest way to penetrate a man's inner circle and take him down. Anyway, let's continue. Theory B, the scorned woman. The more prevailing narrative supported by the criminal charges is that Shiver, the mistress, attempted to end the relationship, sparking volatile behavior. According to the 911 call, Shiver claimed that Moore had been stalking her for months. This suggests a dynamic in which Moore refused to let the relationship go, leading Shiver to go to the administration, not just to save her own job, but to seek protection from an increasingly possessive partner. Now, that could also be a valid reason as well, right? If he was, you know, crashing out, I'm gonna kill myself and make you watch, you know, crashing out like a white man, you know, I think that could be a valid theory. Now let's continue. According to the prosecutor's statement, Moore did not kick down the door. He entered through an unlocked door without permission. Moore grabbed several butter knives and scissors from the kitchen, but prosecutors clarified that he used them to threaten self-harm, telling Shiver that my blood is on your hands. There was no physical stabbing. The assault charge stems from the terror that Shiver felt during his erratic behavior. Okay, so originally the story was that he broke into the apartment and he threatened, you know, to assassinate everybody. But actually what he just threatened to do was just, it seems like he tried to play the sympathy card, right?
Wearing a white jail suit. We just saw images of the former university.
But prosecutors clarified that he used them to threaten self-harm, telling Shiver that my blood is on your hands. There was no physical stabbing. The assault charge stemmed from the terror that Shiver felt during his erratic behavior.
Oh, sorry about it, guys. I'm back. Let's continue.
Okay, so originally the story was that he broke into the apartment and he threatened, you know, to assassinate everybody. But actually what he just threatened to do was just, it seems like he tried to play the sympathy card, right? It seems like he tried to, I'm going to kill myself. So to make her feel bad for him, right? I'm going to kill myself, you know, so she can come out and say, no, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. You know, I love you. You know, I think he tried to.
Yeah, man. I think that's what he tried to do. This is a result of watching too much movies. I think black men do them some disservice being around too much non-black people culture, watch too much those drama movies, those off alignment movies, you know, it goes in your brain and it turns you stupid, in my opinion. But that's another story. Anyhow, let's keep going.
Pull up the Hail Mary shot. I'm gonna kill myself because of you. And then you know, some guys be crashing out like that. You know, when the girl about to leave, I'm gonna kill myself. Y'all gotta relax, man. Listen, just let it go, man. Especially when you got a $30 million contract, you a $30 million man. What you doing crashing out over some little jump off, a little mistress? Come on, man.
Now listen. Enough black men, but men in general, they have lost enough wealth, and kingdoms used to fall over a bitch. Yes, all they do is if you want to destroy an empire, destroy a kingdom, put them in front of a, and that's all she wrote. And on the case of Sherrone Moore, you're a black man. It looked like you get enough tail in the back of your days and still get them now. So, you know, it's obvious all they do is, you know, mess with the wrong woman, especially this type of woman. And, you know, one day you got your Negro wake-up call. It is what it is. It happens to the best of us, you know. It is what it is. Let's keep going.
Come on, brothers. Come on, man. Anyway, let's continue. As of Friday, Paige Shiver, that's the mistress, remains listed as an employee of the university. This has sparked outrage among fans who ask, why is the head coach fired, but the staffer he was with gets to keep her job? According to the policy explanation and the HR policies regarding relationships, almost always penalize the supervisor. As the head coach, Moore held power over Shiver regardless of whether Shiver pursued him or not. Now, that's a whole lesson in of itself why, you know, you have to keep business and your intimate life separate. Because even if she pursued him, she could have threw him the drawers and everything, said, listen, I want you to have it. I want you to take it. It's for you. Just the fact that you take it, if she throw you the alley-oop and you dunk it, you in the wrong. So,
and I'm going to go into after this video and give my own overall views. And you black men not going to like this. Jerry, most men not going to like this, but I'm going to keep real.
That's why you don't even mess with that at all. You don't even cross that barrier at all. Because even if she throws you the alley-oop and you take it and you dunk it, you still in the wrong. You still gonna be fired and she's still gonna be in the clear, right? I know it is what it is, man. That's why we gotta move with precision and circumspection and intelligence out here in these streets, man. But anyways, I want to jump into this clip. Now, I'm not the super religious type of guy. You know me, I'm not the super spiritual, you know, religious type of guy. But I think what this brother said was pretty, pretty solid according to the situation. So I'm gonna play this clip and I'm be right back.
I wanted to jump on here real quick to talk about something that we're watching unfold again right before our eyes, but this time it's at the University of Michigan. Another man losing everything because he couldn't master his emotions. And let me be clear, I'm not here to judge Sherrone Moore. No, I'm here because his story is yet another one to warn us all of the price we will pay when we lack sexual self-control. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 8 told us, and even today tells us, to stay away from her, the immoral woman. Don't go near the door of her house. If you do, you will lose your honor, and you will lose to merciless people all that you have achieved. And strangers will consume your wealth, and someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. But we continue to fold to our desires that lead us to sin, that destroy our homes, our careers, families, friends, futures. And that's what I want us all to avoid. Why I fight so hard to make sure I don't put myself in compromising positions, make sure I'm not around or hire or be in positions where women who I sense are attracted to me, they can't be around. I have too much to lose. Spiritually, the Most High has too much riding on this broken vessel that he uses to bring glory to himself and to free many of you who are watching right now. And that's what I want us all to be vigilant about. It has been said that a thinking man cannot be fooled. We must start practicing self-control, contemplating the decisions we make or the outcomes from them before we make them. Are we ruling our desires? Are we guarding our hearts? Are we protecting our purpose? Remember this. Every decision you make, act like it will be on the front page of every news network in the world.
You know, that's wishful thinking. That's food for thought. But in a Western world where, degeneracy rules and the chaos reigns, I don't know if that's a reality. I'm gonna let this guy finish up and I'm gonna give you my full, raw, uncut version of many things that's not really discussed.
Right, we back. Now, I'll even go further. I'll even go further than that and say you should treat the personal affairs of your life as a matter of national security, as if you were a leader or a diplomat or a head of state or the Secretary of Defense, whatever. You should treat the personal affairs of your life as if they are matters of national security, and I think that that's the lesson that we can extract from that as black men, and stop crashing out. If you're a multi-million-dollar black man, stop crashing out over some women, bro. That's the last thing you need to be crashing out about. At that level, that's an everlasting resource that will always be replenished. There's no reason to crash out about that. You work too hard to get to where you are, to lose it, crashing out over the mistress or the side piece, losing your family. Now you got nothing to live for, reputation destroyed. Come on now. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Anyway, not going to be here too long, man.
All right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. And that was good. That's good. Where's my thing? Now, for the lasting part of this segment, because, really, truly, this has to be discussed. Where is my thing? And this is not solutions. This is more geared Sherrone Moore, like I said earlier in the stream, he is not the first or last black man to come across this problem. And I mean that dearly because you're a black man in a rigged game, rigged system. And the thing I would say, to be honest with a lot of gentlemen, you guys not gonna like this. And I've come to conclusion to a lot of things that happen to a lot of black men when they get caught up on this type of stuff that really ends your careers and might end your livelihood on how you might maneuver, eat in this world, right? I would say, fuck that shit. Screw that. Screw that. There's a saying that Chris Rock said best. He's been a comedian now for, God, or almost nearly 40 years now, maybe. He said best. He always got his suitcase and everything ready, packed up, ready, because there's going to be time in life that he's going to plan his exit and get the F out of Dodge. And I think a lot more black men should really think long and hard, especially if you're making over six figures, which if the contract holds out, which I think he did for the first year, Sherrone should have already gotten the first $1 million because he got a $30 million contract. So obviously they did roughly pay him $1 million, over a couple million for the first year, and maybe someone might pay him some or may pay him less the second year. So right there's your FU money there, Sherrone Moore. And I don't say it's a lot of black men this, but you gotta be in a position where if you're gonna make a couple $1 million, that is your FU money right there. You should be so comfortable, and I'm gonna say this respectfully, stay and work for somebody or anybody. You should be now exploring the better half of your life. An entrepreneur is, I like to say, a necessity. It is actually absolute. It is actually now, at this point, if you're a millionaire or so, guaranteed. You're going to look at life after making a lot of money in a short period of time, which Sherrone Moore did. He made a lot of money, and I can say now he probably made now a million here and there. This might be the end of your career, but it's not the end of your life and what you need or what your purpose is or wherever that is in life. I think you as a black man personally need to start exploring other ventures outside football. You might have to start doing real estate. You might have to start investing in a few stocks and bonds here and there. You're going to re-educate yourself. I remember watching a video, and it's on YouTube right now, of Ron Artest. He made a couple $1 million in the NBA. Now, is he still a millionaire right now? Maybe a little bit, not much like he used to. He's still pretty comfortable. But what he has done after the NBA, he went back to his passion again when he went into college, was to become an architect. Now, I'm not sure what is your education background, Mr. Moore, and I hope it's not sports alone, because it's you have problems, but I doubt your education background. Matter of fact, let me check your education background. What is his degree in? Because I know he did play in college. All right, let me see. I should have did all the backgrounds of this brother, but I didn't have time. And please, guys, hit the like button and share it and subscribe. We're going to look at this. All right. Let's see what pulls up. And to make sure my mic is still working. All right, my mic's still working. Good. Guys, make sure you like the stream. All right. Oh, this is very interesting. Very interesting. It says here, I'm read to you. It says here, Sherrone Moore graduated from the University of Louisville. So he was born and raised in Louisville, so he graduated from Louisville. Master's degree in field sport administration. God damn, you got a useless degree, my dude. You can't use that no more. That career is done. You're going to have to re-educate yourself, brother. I thought you had some more of a promising degree. You got a sports administration degree. And there's a master's degree in it. You can't use that now because you're going to be blackballed in that field now completely, permanently. He graduate degree helps prepare him for leadership roles, program management, recruiting, administrative responsibility in major college football programs. That's done. On-field academic preparation, strong funded foundation of sport leadership and administration, well suited for managing a major Power 5 football program, Bachelor University of Oklahoma, Master University of Louisville Sports Administration, former college football player turned coach. Yeah, you can't use that degree now, bro. That's the end of that. You're not gonna be able to get no work for that. So right there, you got a useless degree. Because the profession and because what you have done, you will not get no job. I'm saying right now, guys, it's gonna take the grace of God for this man to get a job in his field, profession again. After this, besides he's black, which is another problem, but now in the field which you're the first black head coach in Michigan, that tells me they were not in the business of hiring no black coach that's in front, that's before you. So right there, that right there is suspect number one. And I'm surprised no one's really talking about this. Why are people not talking about this? I don't understand. All they talking about is him screwing some white woman side chick here and there. And they're talking about his not only his education background, but they're not even talking about this man's the first coach of a major top 10 or top 5 college football team, elite team. That's scary. That's frightening. That's a red flag, in my opinion. That means that university was not in no business hiring no black coach at all. And the word on the streets, his former coach Hardborn putting the word out for you to become the head coach. That tells you how racist that institution is. So really, truly, they had backup plans already in front. They didn't really want you to coach, my dude. And now they want to coach you, but they had an exit plan for you. So the time comes that you're going to be bounced out of that. They're not going to get you no help. Even if you're winning. Let's say this. I'm going to go there. Because I heard some dumb people talking about saying, if his season was not losing season, they would still kept Brown. I doubt that. And here's why. In the business of sports, right? If you had to show by performance, right? If that's the way it goes, it should be all across the books for every team in the NCAA that it should be performance based. If a coach not performing, he should be gone in no greater than under 2 years. Most coaches that have losing seasons still stay as head coach. I don't care what anybody tell me. And most of the institutions are run by predominantly PWIs. This is the only black man in a highly esteemed elite college that got let go in under 2 years. That tells me that he was not supposed to get that job, much as be a coach in that top 10 or top 5 football team, and especially in college. And college is a very competitive sport, second to the NFL. So right there, guys, that's telling. That's really telling. So in other words, what one should be doing, what black men should do. I say, fuck it. They're going to kick you out anyway. You might also do your job to the best of your ability and live the best of your life. And that means if you guys screw a side chick in the side and do whatever like most men are doing anyway, and being a man, screw it, do it. You have nothing else to lose because they're going to cancel you regardless. You're going to be a man at the day. And I think one thing that Sherrone Moore lost, and I lost more respect of this man, is you're not a straight shooter and living your life, living your truth. If this woman is not playing under your rules and orders, it is in your rightful duty to move on and keep pushing. Now, there's the consequence of you dealing with any group of women, not just white women, but any woman. You got to chuck that for the game, bro, because you got to be very discernment. If you're going to deal with any woman, I hear this a lot from a lot of gentlemen, screw a woman that has nothing to lose. And really, the lady that either she was fired by you or wherever the circumstance, why she had to be used as a tool for your downfall, it tells me she has nothing to lose. If she was pregnant, she really has nothing to lose. If she was working for you and you have fallen out and you decide to let her go, she really has nothing to lose. So at the end of the day, you're gonna lose as a man, especially a black man. So at the end, just screw it, fuck it. Do what you have to do, and do you. You're going to live this life once and once. And once they cancel you, which is always expected, you better hope you got your FU money out the door. And once you get your FU money out the door, you need to start investing that into yourself. Because in my opinion, I think most black men, if you're making over 6 figures, and really 7 figures is the top of the line of anything, you should not be staying working for anybody. The most you should be staying, if you really calculate and time it properly by how much your contract is, if you're making 3, hell, even let's say you're making $1 million a year, you want to add that up and say, I'm going to make this amount of money, and after this amount of money, I'm going to end it right there and start doing other ventures and start investing myself. Because right now, if I do a calculator, matter of fact, I'll do it here right now for y'all because I have the power of tools here, and these tools will probably help me better than anything else. Because we gotta look at some things and look at some numbers. Where is it? Where is it? Let's look at this, guys. Hold on, let me make sure everything's good. Make sure my thing is good because I think I have a mic issue. All right, y'all can hear me good. All right, let's do this. All right, we're going to see numbers. Wait. How much should a man make to invest in? Wait, I'm trying to see if I said this right. All right, let's see what comes up, guys. Okay. I see some right here. Now it's giving me some numbers. And this, I think I heard about this already. But I'm going to read it anyway to y'all. Because it's something that y'all should look at anyway. And maybe I can see if I can put this in the PDF. Yeah, this is good. All right. And I'm gonna read it for y'all. Let's start with, it said the rule of 4%. And you guys might have heard about this. I heard about this years ago. And it looks like it does apply to today. And right now it's giving me a whole rundown. Ooh. That's crazy. It's like, yeah. All right. And I know this is going to be the portion of the stream that a lot of people want to hear, but we're going to start. Okay. Now, this is the number I'm saying. This is only going to apply for those that are approaching or making $250,000 or more a year. This will probably make more sense to you. And there are many, like I said, people that's in the entertainment business, sports arena, you know, all the ones that potentially make more high yield money and money a little more faster. Besides, if you work like a corporation, and a corporation could depend if you're a CEO or you're like what do they call it, one of those part-time managers or full-time managers, make the same amount. This applies to you as well. And listen carefully when I'm about to read y'all. All right. Here's the numbers. And I'm not gonna read the ones that does make less than under a quarter. This information only applies to those that make a quarter or more $1 million a year. Listen carefully. This applies to you. If you make more than $250K or more a year, this is what happens. And there are 1, 2, 3 parts. Listen carefully. One, the new math accelerates the timeline. Let's use the same example targeting from before. 1.5 million to generate 60K a year. 4% rule. Assumption after taxes, healthcare. Let's say you take home pay is 150K if you maintain a comfortable but not exaggerated lifestyle, costing 100,000 a year. You have a 50 annual savings surplus. Timeline: the 1.5 million from 0 to 15 through 18 years with compound growth. Now, mind you, most of y'all are not going to get that because if you're not making that, and sometimes you might make more than that, you might make $1 million more. You got to add that to the equation. The more you bring in, the less you put in, or you can put in more and keep the rest. Either or, 250K up. This will apply more to those like this Sherrone Moore, or anybody that's making more than that. The aggressive recommend path with a 250K income, you can likely save much higher percentage. If you adopt a 75K year lifestyle, your take home is 150K minus expense, leaving 75K to save, invest annually. Timeline to 1.5 million. 12 or 14 years with 7% average annual returns. Key insight: the power isn't just to high income, it is a savings rate of 50%. Saving rate of 125K saves on 250K gross could get you a 1.5 million in under 10 years. That's for making under or making just roughly over $250,000. You get that just in the first 10 years. Now, the strategy applications on each path. With a high income, you can pursue multiple paths simultaneously. Diversification. One path, stocks and bonds. The fast track foundation. Action, maximize all tax advantages. Accounts first. 401k / 403b. Max out the employee contributions, which is $23,000 for 2024. If your employers offer a mega backdoor roof provision, use it. It can up to an additional 40K plus more. Backdoor, rough IRR. I don't like that word backdoor because you're not US man, you're not supposed to enter the back door. That's not a story. Contribution $7,000 annually. Income limit due applies with this method. HSA, if eligible, max it out. $4,150. It is the best tax advantage account. Taxable brokerage account. All remaining savings go here. This is your most flexible fund for future real estate or business down payments. Results: you can easily build a $1 million plus stock bond portfolio in 7 through 10 years. This becomes your financial floor or safety net. Path B, real estate. Leverage high income for better loans. Your high income is a superpower for securing financing. Action lender love with H2 incomes. Use it to qualify for multiple mortgages. Strategy, house hacks. First, buy a 2 to 4 unit, live in one, rent others. Then every 1 to 2 years, use saving cash and your strong debit to income ratio to acquire a new rental property. Capital deployment. The annual savings can found sustainable down payments saving at $75K yearly could mean buying a $300K rental property every other year with 25% down. The goal, build a portfolio of 5 through 8 properties over 10 years that generate significant cash flow, potentially covering your entire living expense. Path C, business. Do risky with a war chest. Your salary acts as a launchpad to de-risking entrepreneurship. Actions, do not quit your job to start. Use your income to fund the business as a side hustle, which I'm not sure that's what Sherrone Moore is doing, but it's not a story. Strategy, validate your business ideals with minimal cash. Building an MVP, find first customers. 2, use your salary to hire key freelancers or a part-time employee to handle tasks your weekend. Web development, marketing. Reinvestment 100% of business portfolio until it can pay you a stable salary matching your lifestyle needs. 4, once the business is stable and systems are in place, you can transition out of your 9 to 5. Advantages, you avoid the desperate need to make money phase that kills most startups. You can make strategy long-term decisions. Number 3, integrate the 5-year action plan. Example, year 1 through 2 foundations and first moves. Saving aggressively. Target a 50% plus saving rate. Live on a 100K, saving 100K. Max tax accounts. Set automatic max contributions to 401K. Backdoor rough HSA. Build liquidity cash. Accumulate 100K to 150K in a taxable brokerage in low-cost index fund like VTI, VXUS, and first investment property. Use part of your taxable savings for a down payment on a house, hack, or a turkey rental. Year 3 through 5, scaling and diversification. Continue maxing accounts. Acquire real estate. Add 1 property every 12 to 18 months. Launch business. Find your side business from cash flow. Hire to subs or systemizing. Monitor crossover points. Track your passive income. Divide or dividends plus rental cash flow. Aim for it to cover 50% of your core living expense by year 5. Years 6 and 10, the transition. Your investments portfolio grows via compound and new contributions. Your real estate portfolio cash flow increase your business if successful. Mature when passive income. 1% of living expense. You have the option to leave your 9 to 5. And last but not least, the crucial mindset and pitfalls to avoid. 1, lifestyle inflation. Was Sherrone Moore doing that? I don't know. This is the number 1 killer of the plan. Do not let your spending rise with your income. Buy a reasonable home, a reasonable car. The goal is freedom, not flash. Not flash. Not flash. I want this to jar in your head, black men. Screw the black woman. She's going to do her money regardless. She's going to spend until she can't spend more. That's why they don't got no jobs now, and there's a problem with it, and because they're not smart with the money. They take the money and spend. That's why the system, and let me go on this before I finish this up. You know why the system gives money to women? Because women are going to spend money and spend frivolously and frivolously. If they give you the money, man, you're not going to do that. You're going to take it and make use of it. Let that sink in. Number 2, tax efficiency. At this income, you are in a high tax bracket. Use a CPA, maximize every deduction, retirement accounts, and strategies move like the backdoor rough, or rough, ROTH. I like that word backdoor, but that's no story. Number 3, risk management. Don't put all your savings into one business. Ideal of one speculative investment. The diversified approach, market plus real estate plus business, is safer. Number 4, burnouts. The plan requires discipline, but should require missionary budgeting for enjoyment and travel within your planned annual expense numbers. And finally, the answer to the 250K earners or and up. And if you more make, it's gonna that applies the same. You will able to save more money because you can put more the more you make. That's how it goes. Your high income is a rocket ship. The goal is not just to save, but to efficiently convert high active incomes into income producing assets. With discipline, you could realistically build a portfolio that allows you to walk away from the 9 to 5 in 8 to 12 years, rather than 20 to 30 years it takes the average person. The key is to start immediately, save ruthlessly, and invest strategically across multiple asset classes. No, you don't save, you invest. So I agree, but disagree with that last sentence, because you cannot save yourself out of anything. I don't care how much you make. You're going to take your money and you make your money work for you. So that's it. That's it for this stream. I hope you enjoyed, people, with this information. I hope this was helpful. I know this was. I'll be looking forward to hearing your comments in this. Oh, and last word before I end this. I forgot to add this. Sherrone Moore is not going to be the first and last black man that's going to get caught up. If you're a black man, like anybody that's making $1 million or more, I'm talking to Stephen A. Smith. I'm talking to you, anybody that's a millionaire right now. And I heard he has a contract that's $100 million. You should then walk away from this and start your own. The reason why you stay on it, because you don't think you could do or survive without Mr. Charlie's handout, without him offering you a job. I call bunk. If you're making millions of dollars a year, you already plan your exit. Your exit actually should be official in under 5 years, not over 10 or more years like everybody else that's not making $1 million. If you're making over $1 million, you should be exiting that job if you can within 5 years. No later. Stephen A. Smith or all these other cats that have been working for a long time and care how you love the job and does well, you should have been left that. And the reason why they give Negroes money, because you guys are not going nowhere. You are dependent. And it's going to come to a point in this uncertain economy, which we are now with artificial intelligence and everything on the rise, which is not going nowhere. You have some decisions to make. Either you stay dependent or you will perish. That's my message. Thank you for watching today's stream. I'm looking for your views in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel. And if you're not subscribed to the Chaos Rain Show, I'm not sure waiting for it. Subscribe now. And also, please follow my social media links and follow me there. And make sure you join my Discord service and follow me on Rumble. I don't got much videos on Rumble, but please follow me on Rumble as well. And like always, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Those are links. Thank y'all for watching today's stream. Hold on. And till next time, guys, and I really till next time, and I really mean this. Let chaos reign.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your man.
They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Chaos.
let that chaos reign with
Must